Oh,
What do you mean like this? Hey, SM man, I can speak like this, SM man. All these lesbians, man.
you expected an educated Brazilian to speak a very hard accent of a Brazilian? You don't think wrong, girl. You think wrong.
Yeah, you got told, bitch.
We're
You
already
gonna
off to an
learn.
amazing start.
All right, today is the Suckcast episode 0. I forgot 3 or 2. I don't fucking know.
3, I think. Wait,
On the whole-
yeah, because +2 was the last one.
Yeah,
Wait, it's 4, isn't it?
no, it's 3. All right.
Oh, the
I'm the
trial was
host,
gone.
Chinny, as always, since I'm the one fucking recording this. Introduce yourself, guys.
Usual Kanala, as usual.
Good morning, fellas. I hate women and minorities.
That's a good
and I'm-
introduction, yeah.
And I'm
I think
Mabu.
all our 3 viewers agree
Our
with you.
Mabu is our very first monkey in this podcast right now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't believe we got a live chimpanzee in the audience, folks.
Fuck you guys.
He's here to see his family.
Fuck you guys.
Cheer
I'm
his
the-
brother on.
I'm the resident South American here. In the zoo, in the suck zoo.
That was great.
All right, considering that you're a Brazilian here, let's talk about your country's culture.
Let's
How
talk about
amazing
gun
it
deaths.
is.
What the
Yes.
fuck about?
Being the
Yeah, it's the
number
same
one
thing, gun
capital
death
state
culture.
of killing people.
Yeah, hell yeah, niggas. Oh wait, I can say that.
Like,
sorry.
why can't
I
I be
can-
like, wow,
I can
people
say that,
die in my
sorry.
country a lot. It's
I
a
mean,
shocker.
if you're gonna be if you're gonna do something, you might as well go all out, and be the best at it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think
That's
really
the kind of attitude I like to hear. Go big or go home. I mean, home is also where the killing happens. So.
Go pick.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Spanny in here.
Hey, people.
Yeah.
We got a gang
We
of
also got ourselves our first pedophile.
wow, a double whammy.
What do you mean first? Kev was first.
Oh, I guess Kev was in another one.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's not pedophilia if they're 300-year-old cat goddesses from hell,
I just said necrophilia for a second. I was about to be very scared. Hey, now I got
And
Kev.
there he
Oh,
comes.
shit, this
Speak
is
of
gonna
the
get.
devil.
Talk about the devil, yeah.
Oh,
Guys,
boy.
I have to tell you something. Despite black males
Did you suck
make up
dick?
to approximately 30% of the US population, well, they commit 52% of crime.
Thank you, guys. Great fun fact.
I'm not gonna censor that. I'm gonna leave that in.
Oh, and he's gone. Rest in
Of course
peace.
he's
Wow.
gone.
And there goes the resident lesbo.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
since just 4 of us, let's talk about Brazil's
Yeah.
number 1 state
Sorry,
capital
let's talk
killer.
more about the monkey capital of the city.
Yeah.
Monkey
Any
capital
questions
of the
on
world.
that, you guys? Wanna know?
Your
something
gun laws,
specific?
they're amazing.
What?
It shows how creative your criminals are.
Yeah, have you seen that page? There's a page on Facebook. I think it's called
Bootleg,
something.
bizarre
Yeah,
bootleg
bootleg
guns or
guns.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that page.
Dude, that page is pretty much Brazil, the page.
Yeah.
That's all there is. It's Brazilian
It's
guns.
Brazil and occasionally like South Africa or some other obscure South
That
Africa.
page is basically
is that
tourism.
the one we
It's
Jam.
tourism.
And even then, you think it's Brazil, and it's some African country, you still
Yeah,
think it's Brazil.
bootleg guns, the bazaar of bazaar of bizarre guns.
Yeah.
first?
Okay,
There are
foul
two.
shotgun, you know the country. Good to know.
Yeah, but yeah, gun control here it's pretty strict, and our current president has been working on it for allowing small arms, for allowing people to own small arms at their houses and at their like commerce,
Shall not be infringed. At least your president knows.
Oh yeah,
No,
did you guys hear about the fact that the magazine restriction in California is actually against the Second Amendment?
Are you for real? They have a magazine restriction?
Like high capacity magazine.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah, and apparently that infringes the Second Amendment, I believe.
Hell yeah.
How ironic.
So they may or may not be able to revoke it. Yeah, here. Federal court finds California magazine ban violates the Second Amendment.
Oh shit. They're going to revert.
Yeah, let's see this. I don't know what the ban is. Yeah, ban on commonly possessed firearm magazines violates the Second Amendment.
Hell yeah. God bless America. God bless you, glorious bastards. God damn it.
God doesn't
Hey.
bless California, however.
Yeah, not California. Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Can we just nuke it?
Please.
If we knew
Wait, Canola,
it,
Canola.
America would suffer.
You're an American, right, Canola?
He's Canadian.
Oh, he's Canadian. He
Well,
sounds
that's
American.
close.
Yeah, he sounds American.
Are you like Ridu?
I mean, Canadians sound almost close to
Hey.
American. What do you expect?
I mean, yeah, we're essentially the same thing. There's no difference between Canada and America except that we have free healthcare and our economy is worse.
Free, I know.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Free.
You know what else we
healthcare.
have? Useless political parties. Do you know how the
No,
political
that's
spectrum
like
works in
everywhere.
Canada? No. Canada takes it to a new stage. If you look at like in Canada's history, the way it works is one party gets voted in, not a majority, because the minority government can't do anything unless they get votes, and we're a three-party system. So
Oh,
the other
wow.
two parties team up and shut down every single law or
What
bill that they
the
come up with.
fuck?
Wow,
And then
talk
they're,
about
the ads
archaic
are like, this
political
party didn't
laws.
do anything. We want that for another 4 years. So the other party gets voted in, and then rinse and repeat. Nothing happens.
Talk about
Seems like
terrible
Poland.
political laws.
It's terrible. I hate it.
Be worse, you could have lived in Poland.
So, what's his name? Spanny. Give some
Aye.
advice on how to stalk women. Since you're probably good at it.
Dude, no, I don't.
Then why'd you take pictures of Japanese girls when you went out there?
Yo, that was once a friend asked me.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I've been wanting to ask you a while. Guys, if you've been listening to this podcast, few months ago, Spanny here went to Japan. And
Hey,
I would
yep.
like to know
Yeah.
about your experiences there.
And I'm coming
please,
back
please
next
do.
year. I'm
Please
already
do.
starting to save up. So
Wait,
yeah.
you're going back to Japan, Span?
Yeah, next year.
He wants to rape
Like
Okinawans.
April, May. Fuck yeah, man. I'm gonna travel to Okinawa and rape every female there.
He's going for the laws, folks. That's why he's going.
Oh, but it was pretty nice. Like, people are telling about all the xenophobic stuff and all. They are really nice and stuff. I don't know. Haven't met any
Oh, we got my gun.
negative person.
More of the gangs here, folks.
Oh, we don't hear you.
Black's here, finally.
I think you're very far away or something.
Yeah, his mic is fucked.
Now?
He
Oh,
fucked his...
there.
Oh,
fucked his own
he
mic?
stepped
Are you-
closer to the mic. He stepped
Are
closer,
you in the
folks.
tub again?
You mean? What you mean? I don't know. I typed in my mic and it seems kind of
Oh my
wonky.
god.
Your mic is so muffled.
Yeah, it's
It
like
might-
you're
it might
speaking in a
be
bucket.
Might be Discord.
Could be.
Dude, all Polish people sound the same. It's incredible.
How so?
I don't think so.
It's incredible.
Black
For
sounds
me, at
deeper.
least,
Spanny
it's
sounds
incredible
less
how-
deeper.
For me, it's incredible how Black and Spanish sound pretty much the same.
No,
for
they
me, at
don't.
least.
I could recognize.
No.
I could distinguish these two.
How the fuck?
I think it's their accent. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not familiarized with their individual voices or
Maybe
something.
you're just gay.
Or maybe that.
Ironic.
Or maybe.
Let's talk about. Can we continue with Spanny Japan adventures? Whatever the fuck that is.
How is it now? Continue doing it.
Okay, I guess. I don't know. It was.
Sounds like a bad TV show.
It was a pretty nice experience. I don't know what to say.
Then explain why you took pictures of those girls.
Yeah, show some pictures.
Those were
Everything
pictures.
No, so bring up your 3D waifu that you totally got in Japan.
Ew.
That's like a staple of going to Japan.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
They were out of stock or something. You couldn't get married.
He can't speak Japanese.
I can
no,
say
I
a
hate
few
that.
words.
Like what?
Can you
Okay,
hear
no.
me?
If you can't speak it fully, you're just a weeb. And if you can speak it fully, you're still a weeb.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's true.
that's the pain
Can
of
you guys
reality.
hear me? Yeah, we hear you. At least I got my
Yay, I fixed
figurine and my dojins.
You bought those.
I'm still amazed. I was at Comic Con. I'm still amazed I got back.
Did you rape someone there?
And
What?
how is Comic Cat? How is that of experience?
Holy
experience.
fuck, man! Like, it's huge as fuck.
It's
The
crowded as
waiting
fuck, I
line,
imagine.
the waiting
Yeah.
line is enormous. We got there at, I don't know, something past 8 a.m. and we got inside like 11:30
And
around
imagine the
that.
smell.
Like IEM?
It wasn't the worst, but yeah,
Was it like IEM?
it was worse.
Oh, it's possible.
Yes.
Jeez.
And then we were walking around and we found the fucking bara ale and shit. Oh my god. That was
The what?
Bara stuff.
You found the first
wait,
thing
did
you
you-
saw. Wait, the first thing
No,
you
no,
see
no,
was
no,
bar?
not the first. No, no.
Okay,
Thankfully, not the
okay.
first. But
Oh,
I was walking around and I saw the every stand had like a poster or something, and they were everywhere. Like I look and what the fuck? There's a naked buffed guy. Oh my god!
Woof.
Unfortunately, there wasn't any gachi doujins.
because how can you make
I'll be
gadgets
right
out
back.
of something IRL? That's not really how it works.
Well, it could be possible. I found some Pop Team Epic though.
Of course, the Rick and Morty of Japan.
But I bought like two doujin comics from a guy. One was normal and the other one had like reverse cover page, like upside down. Motherfucker.
That's weird. That's a weird fetish.
Yeah, it wasn't like a book or something. It was just paper stuck together.
We're stuck together.
I mean, with the oh my god, I forgot the name. Like it wasn't like a normal book with some nice paper and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But let's see. It was stapled.
Oh, I thought it was good. You'd say they were hot glued together.
No. And then outside there was like this cosplay zone. Oh god. Some of the people there just no.
I can imagine.
But there were some really nice cosplays too. Like on the last day I found a fucking Mr. Bean.
You got
Like,
Mr.
what?
Bean cosplay? What? Hold
Yeah,
on.
there was
Or
no. There was a guy with the suit and a mask cosplaying Mr. Bean. Like what the fuck?
who needs a mask to
absolutely
cosplay
based.
Mr. Bean? It's like, hey,
I
yo,
mean,
put this
his
on. I'm gonna
face
become my
with-
idol, Mr.
yeah,
Bean.
I mean, his face is pretty, special.
Unique.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't tell someone cosplays Mr. Bean without the face.
The
Yeah.
face or the shirt?
He even
More so the
he even
face.
had the teddy, I think.
Now that's epic gamer
And
moment.
my friend took a picture with what was her name? The bad
Momo?
girl from no. the bad girl from My Hero Academia.
I don't know who's that.
From
I
what?
don't know either.
My Hero Academia.
I don't even remember that cartoon anymore.
There's the fat girl from My Hero Academia.
It's a fat girl?
The
Is that Momoku?
bad
I heard
girl.
fat
No,
girl.
He
bad,
said bat.
bad girl.
That girl.
The-
Oh.
The one that sucked blood and stuff. He took a picture with her holding a doujin with her character.
Oh yeah, I saw
Oh.
that fucking
She
thing.
didn't notice. She didn't
Oh,
notice. And when he showed the doujin, the cosplayers in front of him began to laugh.
Oh no. Why did he do
That's
that?
rough. That's really rough.
True,
Absolutely
alpha.
based.
Yep.
I'm back, fellas.
And then he
Welcome
took
back.
a
You haven't missed
picture.
out on
With
anything.
then he took a picture with a fucking assault cosplayer.
And
I think it was
of
a guy.
course. Of course. And a still for
Yeah.
cosplayer. I'm not surprised.
Woof.
We found some Australian guy cosplaying Goku from
The fuck?
newest from the newest movie. I mean, not the newest, but the Evolution.
What a
It
nerd.
was nice, and he was together with like some guy that cosplayed Frieza, and he was the fucking best guy there. He was so in character, and his voice and everything he said, it was so good.
That's autism.
Yeah.
I guess.
Kind of like that real life Peter Griffin or something, but
Oh
like free.
god, this Don't
You think
even
if they
bring that up.
fused, they'd create the ultimate lookalike?
Perfect display.
Like, there was so many YouTube videos of Peter Griffin impressions, just fucking playing Call of Duty. It's so fucking bizarre. Well, you don't know
Okay.
this?
I don't know. I like.
don't know about
I mean,
Peter
I can imagine that because like
No,
not
he
too long
He looks
ago there
exactly
was.
like Peter Griffin, and he sounds like him too. It's scary. He goes to like cosplay events dressed as Peter Griffin.
What the
I'm
fuck?
pretty sure he goes by the real life Peter Griffin.
Oh, I know that. I think he was. Yeah, I know that guy.
He's great. He's great.
It's literally a fucking living Peter Griffin. It's weird.
Is
But
it
it's
is it so
unnatural.
is it as cringy as that fucking Rick and Morty playing Fallout 76 with like ninja and
Oh
stuff?
my god,
No,
no.
no.
Oh, don't remind me this stream. God damn it. That fever dream of a fucking
That's a
stream.
great
God.
guerrilla marketing tactic. That's
Yeah,
peak
for,
marketing
like-
right there for you folks.
For like peak millennials or something.
Fucking a stream with Ninja, fucking Logic, and Rick and Morty. Goddamn, that stream was bizarre.
Hey, listen, we can't make fun of Logic. He's half black after all. Okay.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
It'd be racist, folks. Come on.
Hey, don't
Can't
worry.
do that.
Logic's gonna die soon because Melon gave him a not good rating.
Peace, Logic. Who should attend his funeral is the big question.
Half black people and a half number of white people.
Black.
So that he's half
You
white
gotta
and half
show the
black.
true divide that Logic was able to cross the barrier between black and white people. Only Logic, the one who could have crossed
Oh.
it. And now, with his passing,
Oh,
Oh no, here he comes.
Oh, it's Steve.
Oh, I'm fucking coming.
You said that twice, and I had to censor that twice. Okay.
a true
fun
gamer.
times for Chinny.
Based
A
and
true
racist
gamer.
pilled. Yeah.
Alright, so what's going on right now, niggas?
We're talking about the stream with Rick and Morty playing Fallout 76. You've heard of that?
No, I haven't. What the fuck?
Oh my god, you
With
are truly
Ninja.
blessed. You are truly blessed.
Yeah.
And here we go, Radio Static Boys. I'm so glad I get to talk with background radiation itself. What an honor.
Fucking Geiger counter.
Oh shit, Stalker.
This is evidence of like the cosmic background radiation of the Big Bang. This is like
It's
proof
Oh,
of the theory.
You're making this a burn to me.
What?
Firstly, you said
What?
the N word 3 times, and now I hear static again. You know how long I had to edit this shit out?
You
hold
win some, you lose some.
We've
Chinny.
told you
Is
to
that
fix that
fixed?
from the previous episode, and you
I
still
guess
kept
I
that.
guess it's better.
at least he's not talking in robot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's
good,
probably-
but
he's probably
still, the
muted.
static.
Yeah.
He hasn't muted yet. Alright,
Hmm.
so... Man, I don't know what to talk now.
Just talking about life, I guess.
Live.
Oh, I saw an ad in TV that April 5, there's gonna be Shazam in theaters here.
Oh, Shazam.
Oh,
I've
Shazam.
seen-
I
You mean
want to see.
you mean the real Captain Marvel?
I really don't give a shit about these fucking superhero
Yeah.
movies. Let them be. If they want to watch
It
it,
can
let
be
them.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Shazam is supposed to be like a parody of superheroes.
Yes. He's
These-
like, what, 15 years old?
What, DC
Yeah, he's a
parodying
15-year-old.
themselves? Interesting.
Yeah, they're parodying themselves. So like, the original story of Shazam, he was like a child who turns into
Yeah.
a super.
Yeah, we know that.
an
I know
adult.
that. I
So
mean,
yeah, okay.
no need
I
to
didn't know that,
segue
go
about
on.
it.
I didn't know that. Go on.
Great, we got another
Yeah, Shazam.
static
He stopped.
from Mabu and House. That's twice
Oh,
the
It's a
editing
curse.
problem.
It's a curse.
Fuck.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's good for the time being, but you always say that, and it's fine. And then like 2 minutes later, I'm talking to like the robot.
It's not a
Which robot? I don't know, but I'm talking to the robot.
Apparently, where he lives, probably radiated as fuck, and he doesn't know it. What other movies are coming out this year or this month? Other than fucking Shazam.
I have no idea.
I mean, right now for me it's April. In a few weeks it's gonna be the Avengers. If they're not,
Yeah.
if they don't have the scene of Ant-Man going up his ass and expand, I'm not watching it.
I'm gonna
They have
something more interesting. Episode 9.
What?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's coming out this year.
Episode 9 already?
What? Of what?
Well, yeah, every year.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck that. There's the Konosuba movie coming out in May, I think.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie. What's it about again? Is it that it's gonna be in the best arc? I've heard.
It's good. It's based on the fifth novel, I believe, that where the guys they go to Megumin's village.
Yes.
A wizard village
Yeah,
of terrorists.
and it's a whole village of.
Also, that's where this clip when they see her sister is from. Nice.
Yeah, it's a whole village of crazy crimson magicians, like Megumin.
Basically, a village of
it's pretty good.
genius.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So they're
Nice.
basically going to Hogwarts.
Not really. Yeah.
Oh, worse, did you know that Dobby has a 12-inch cock?
Perfect
Got it.
information, just what we needed.
Did you know
Of course,
Hagrid dodges taxes?
Hagrid is non-binary.
Yes, that's also true. Also, speaking of facts, let's talk about the recent trend right now on Facebook, which is the bot, the World War 2020 bot, whatever the fuck that's called.
Oh,
That one is fascinating.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not following that, so
calling that
I'm
again.
neutral in this conversation.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, I'm not
terrible.
following that either.
Fucking Prague.
Hey, Rabbi, do you think you're a good editor?
She's not.
The rabbi's not here. It's Chinny.
Rabbi's not
Right.
good.
Hey, Chinny.
Why?
Do you think you're a good editor?
You gotta
Editor.
heard about you.
Are you a good editor? God damn it, my lips are.
I'm kind of an
Fuck
amateur.
today.
Yeah, some sort.
Well, guess what?
Oh, here's the guy.
Mr. Obama, get down!
Guess what?
I'm kind of tired of this shit. Just say it. Fucking do it.
Black human.
I'm gonna censor
I
that.
guess that's safe.
I'm gonna censor that with gutsy
Also-
noses.
Also known as
For crying out loud, just say it.
Tree
Just say it.
decoration.
Hey.
See, digger.
You know what? I'm gonna keep that and boost that shit to explain why I censor this stuff in this podcast.
Yeah, it's not like anyone watches our podcast.
I know.
anymore.
I'm just afraid
Except
that
us.
the YouTube bots would just instantly delete that video because they usually do that. It's how the algorithm works. It's a pain in the ass to deal with it,
Oh crap!
but it's a good try.
We can just say Niger then, like the country.
Nigeria.
Nigel.
Nigeria. Yeah.
Nigeria, Nigerian.
You have said that fucking word for like 6 times now.
Do you guys like those chips? Those salt and vinegar chips?
I never ate
Like
those.
7 million brands of salt and vinegar chips. I don't know what you're like. You said it as though you're referring to a brand. But you like those salt and vinegar chips? Like, oh man, I love me some Parleys and cream ice cream from this one
I've never
specific
heard
brand.
of
But I'm not
that.
gonna
Salt
tell you.
and vinegar? What? That sounds
I actually
weird.
don't like
It sounds awful.
It's not really. It's tasty.
Uh-huh. Any famous brands in Brazil that sells those kind of stuff?
I think it's
I don't
called
think there's a famous
Elma
brand
Elma
for
Elma
chips.
chip.
Oh yeah, guys, are you ready for Article 13?
2 years.
Are you guys? Not me, baby. Woo!
Nah, I'm an Amerifat.
In before they cancel it next year.
Probably.
Come
I
to
mean, my
Malaysia,
country has
it's at
other
least safer
problems.
here. Kind
My
of.
country has other problems right now, so we couldn't give two shits about that. Hey, where in the U.S. are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Because your accent sounds
Midwest.
really... Oh, okay.
He's in the
I thought you were
Midwest.
from New York.
No, he's probably in Chicago,
no.
since he said Midwest.
Not north of Chicago, but yeah,
Okay. Just asking.
it's like an hour drive.
How many
Cool.
gay people have you encountered in your life, House?
Not many, because it's not California.
Oh. Wait. That means it's a common occurrence in California, but you're gay and you're in the Midwest. Are you
Yeah,
a Californian?
I'm a shiny. Hell no.
Hmm.
It's basic, man. You have to be Californian. Think about it. What's 2 plus 2? That's right, 7. 7? That's pretty gay. And you know what?
Oh,
Looks like the numbers aren't in your favor here, Haas.
Damn.
Oh god, oh fuck. Oh.
It's basic sign law, you know, like soak your toe, soak your toes, therefore you also like feet. It's a basic facts of life, folks.
I got a new character.
Shit.
I saw this one video about the schizophrenic,
Schizophrenic.
and eventually,
Terry A. Davis or whatever.
no, but he was
The
trying to
programmer?
trying to debunk modern math,
Modern math.
and so he said, "How come negative?" He's trying to debunk basic math, okay? And he was saying that how come -1 times -1 is +1? That's like saying an American times an American is an American, but a South American times a South American
Oh, that
is an
guy!
American.
He made the time cube.
What?
The time cube. He made the
Yeah, the time cube.
Yes, I know that guy. Finally, we got something to talk about. All right, guys, you
This
guys
sounds
are
like
in...
some fucking TEDx shit.
Yes, you guys are in for a fucking trip. Okay.
Dude, Time Cube is a fucking wild ride.
The guy, this guy is the schizophrenic, has made some
Nice.
sort of mathematical theory called the time cube. I don't know how to
Yeah, it's
explain it
fucking
because
wild.
it's so bizarre. It's something involving using.
I can somewhat grasp the time cube actually.
You should explain it because it's so
Yeah,
fucking bizarre.
Okay, so like he can't even explain it. I had to sort of like figure it out for myself because he couldn't explain it himself. Yeah, but basically at one point there is always a part of the world that's midnight, always a part that's noon, always one part that's the end of the day, one part's the beginning of the day.
Well, yeah.
And he envisions these parts as sort of corners of a cube around the Earth, and that all sorts of things of all parts of time are cubic. So he does not believe that time is linear. He believes that time is cubic.
What?
Because of that, he also says that humans, the baby dies, becomes
When a baby dies, it
later.
reborns again as an adult.
and then the
What?
adult dies and becomes a parent, and then the parent dies and becomes a grandparent.
What?
And so each human
That's
has
how
4
the theory
corners. All
works, it's
human
fucking
beings have 4
hilarious.
corners. Yeah. Yeah, he's a big schizo. So like 4 is like the magic number of the world. Like one time someone said you have 4 grandparents and they have
And I'm
16,
back,
but you don't say 16 because that decredits that devalues the importance of 4. You say 4 4s instead of 16.
Oh shit.
Yeah, his theory is so bizarre. What House mentioned about him talking about -1 plus -1. Basically, he was invited to a university to do.
Yeah, it was MIT.
Yeah, went to MIT and explain some weird ass math. And the students already mocked him the moment he comes in because his theory.
So he believes that each day is not 24 hours but 96 hours.
What?
And you know what? I'll get screenshots of his tweets and show them to you right now because he said that a queer god induces AIDS.
That what?
That a queer god induces AIDS.
Queer god.
Yes.
Yes. So, the name of his Twitter handles, by the way, is @human.
Oh yeah. Also, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he also caused a kid to commit suicide at one point.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
His one only follower,
That
and
guy.
then
That
his
guy
own
was.
unofficial timecube website.
That guy was upset. Okay, the kid was obsessed with the cube. At one first, he mocked the cube, but slowly over the months, he too has gone obsessed with the concept of the time cube, and later on created his own theory about the time cube. So he went out. He was from the UK, visits to the US just to see the guy and discusses about the time cube. But then for some reason later on in a few months, the old guy, the one who created the time cube, wanted to sue the kid because he said the kid copied his theory of the time cube.
Oh,
And because
there's also an official timecube account.
yeah, so basically,
And the bio reads, "You are educated stupid, and you have no inkling to just how evil you think. Seek in haste to attend a lecture by Dr. Jean Ray Kubik and Wisest Human."
continuing the kid. Because of that, the kid was so demoralized by what the old guy did, because of that, he killed himself. He killed himself over a fucking time cube.
Based?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And if you hear him speak, he's basically Boomhauer from King of the Hill,
Oh shit! I never thought of that.
ranting about the cube.
Wait, who's Boomhauer in the gang?
The mumbly guy from King of the Hill.
I never thought of that. Holy fuck! You just made me open my eyes to that shit.
He once said in the interview, he once fucking said that when you're in a room, your classroom has 4 corners, and what they used to do is that when you were stupid, they put a dunce cap on you and make you pick a corner. That debunks 3-dimensional thinking.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 4 corners of a room debunks 3 dimensions.
Is this
Next to four.
American brain? Yes.
Yeah, big American brain.
American education, fellas. It's fascinating.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Let's talk more about schizophrenic people. My favorite one is the guy who made.
Redo.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Mad banter when he cannot hear it.
Damn, dude, what a band! What a band! He's gonna be pissed if he hears about that.
Oh, hey, you got time to. Alright, guys, I'm sending screenshots of his tweets. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
These are only a few of them. At why is this underscore human?
US right for
Why is it so-
Holocaust.
Right for Holocaust. Damn, this nigga woke, dude. What the fuck? This nigga woke.
You think trained dog oneism? What the fuck?
Is this Riru's alt account?
USA right for Holocaust. No, I don't think so.
If scientists get
Greenwich
Bible,
Mean Time is wrong and evil, so is 3-dimensional math.
What do you
Fucking
mean
bad.
3-dimensional math?
That's the thing. I don't know what
Three
he's on
dimensions.
about.
3-dimensional math.
For 3.
What you mean like
Guys, it's 3
you
dimensions.
rotate the
Not real.
fucking numbers in word art?
Not one damn human adult has ever been created. Well, for only babies are created. What does that mean? What is he
Children, stop
implying?
the evil adults.
He also,
before they
by the
destroy
way, he
your
also
life.
hates the Jews. At one time, one of his tweets, he says, "If you think your Jewish God screwed a hole in the ground and created Adam, or something like that, then you're evil, stupid."
Of course, I'm not surprised he's anti-Semitic. I'm not surprised.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Then why do we have a Jew in the server?
So there's the other schizophrenic you mentioned. Was that the guy who created Temple OS?
Yes, that one. He's also a
That's Terry A.
fascinating fellow.
Davis. What a
Yeah.
kid. Gotta feel bad for him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, because he's actually a genius.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a genius.
Yeah,
I mean,
had
how
actual
hard is it to
skill.
create a entire
He created an entire operating system, and apparently some parts of the operating system are pretty lazily designed. But he created his own compiler, also.
He wasted his own
entire rant
talent.
about that.
So he basically wrote a programming language, that?
Yes, yes. A
Yeah.
programming
And that's
language.
impressive?
No,
Yeah, so-
it's not. No, the problem was it's not that it was a skill. It's that he's fucking crazy. His entire
Yeah, he
programming language
was
was
basically
inspired.
Like fanatical, religious, schizophrenic.
Yes, his entire
basically,
programming language was
Based.
based on
And
the
very
Bible.
against the CIA and black people.
Yes, that one too.
Yeah, his programming language is basically supposed to be another temple for God.
Temple OS. I like elephants. God likes
Wait,
elephants.
he's
so I
behind
made
Temple
elephants.
OS?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
that
Temple
guy?
OS.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Terry A. Davis. He died after getting hit by a train.
He killed himself.
Yeah, people say it might have been suicide. Actually, we don't even know if it's suicide
Yeah.
or not. But
Was
it's most
it?
likely suicide.
No one really knows. Even his parents were
Yeah,
actually with him, and they don't know what
Oh,
happened.
they weren't. They weren't.
I swear, I thought they were going on a road trip around like America with him.
No, they kicked him out of his house after they got into a fight.
Oh.
Yeah, because he had an argument with his parents about God. It's fucking weird.
He
Rule
probably
number
got
1,
killed by
don't talk with
Terry.
parents about anything religious.
Yep.
Basically, that's what I think of Redo. I think of Terry A. Davis, but instead of religion, it's his obsession with Republicans.
I mean, at least from time to time, Terry A. Davis had like good direct responses to people. Every time someone says something to Redo, it's either like a completely different topic is followed up, or he just like weirdly dismisses them.
Or he runs an entire 3-page report.
Like Terry A. Davis can
while
just short and sweet, a
citing
solid
CNN.
insult, derogatory term, then back to what he was doing. Not like, hey, I'm gonna talk about something else. Here's an unrelated image, or just dismiss it.
Well, speaking of other schizophrenics, have you heard about Bob Hickman?
Sounds, wait, that name sounds familiar. Could you explain who he was?
This guy from Indianapolis. Indianapolis, Indiana.
Uh-huh.
He was sending text messages to random people, which said something like "guided to my
Trump
body."
that one time.
Yeah, guided.
Oh
So
my
something,
god.
it said something like
Oh, what
reminded
the
me of
fuck was
Redo
that?
freaking out about it.
That laugh just went out of nowhere. What the hell was that?
I'm sorry, but no, I remember the time when Reader freaked out about the presidential alerts.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
The presidential.
So anyway, so
He
here,
literally ruined
guy,
my
Bob
life.
was sending this text to everyone called, which was saying stuff shit like God entered my body, like a body my same size, like me going to you or you going to me, like the perfect Holy Ghost baptism.
Oh, that one. That guy.
Yeah, so he's
Bob
a
Hickman.
car with all that shit written all over it, and he has a YouTube channel where he uploads that shit,
Yeah,
talking about his
I know that
schizophrenia and how
guy.
he believes that God is evil and shit, and has entered his body, is making him feel electric. Then no one else will have the Holy Ghost baptism until he dies.
He's a fucking psycho.
Hold
But
on,
the thing
boys,
is,
great idea. Great idea.
The thing with Bob is that he's really nice though. Like he hasn't done anything wrong. He's a really nice guy,
He's a sociopath.
and that's what makes it even more sad. That's what makes it even more sad. Yeah.
It's an idea for the next Suckcast. We all do karaoke.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
boy.
Again,
Suckcast karaoke.
visita.
I got a better idea. How about we take random songs, but we sing the lyrics of All Star to their tune?
Yeah, all
I mean,
that's
let's-
overrated,
hasn't
man.
that already been done
Let's
before?
sing
Really?
Kravchuk.
Yeah, many times.
Actual
We're gonna go-
karaoke game.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
thought we were decided to sing the bass hunter.
Is that the US anthem?
Yes.
The US.
Oh yeah.
She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on your forehead. Hey, now you're an all-star. Hey, now you're a rock star. Get your show on. Get paid. All that.
Oh, what a fucking
lazy
disaster.
ingenuity.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely based.
Fucking bass.
I thought we decided to sing to Bass Hunter.
Yeah, we never got around to do that.
Yeah,
to do that.
because we don't know how to speak fucking Swedish.
No one
Listen,
knows.
just put enough effort and ad-lib. That's the best way to go. If you don't know it, fake it till you do. That's a motto that works.
Visita arrivanda nos piedi
As we
di
can.
Roma.
Amazing comment. Amazing comment. 10 out of 10 for that burp. Really good, bro. Nice job. Proud of you. Proud of you. Keep it up.
Burp
Thanks.
and static.
Remember the one
Damn.
time? I remember the one time when Rito was on one of his rants in 2 in the morning, and then I woke up because I was tagged because people asked me to respond, and I was like, it's not my fucking fault the communist grandpa's up at 2 in the morning.
I like how if we don't have anything to talk about, we just resort to redo. Like, come on, man. You can't be a punching back
man.
at this point.
Well,
Oh my
maybe
God.
someone shouldn't have reminded me about the text message.
Come
The
on,
evil
man.
text
Come
message.
on,
and
man.
Oh,
Come
me.
on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Have we found a gig?
Mabu,
Everyone?
is this a guy?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh
You don't
my
believe me.
God, his radiation levels are off the charts.
Yeah.
You don't
We
believe me.
finally
man.
found what's making him gay. It's the radiation.
In the water.
It's in the water. Holy shit.
And of course, the first link takes me to some Brazil page. What the fuck?
Oh
House.
my
Wait,
God.
is that me? Is that...
No,
that
no. Yeah, that's House. The static.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you guys want to play something together? A multiplayer game?
We've been trying for a year or so.
All right, is my mic fixed now?
No.
Fuck.
That's my jam.
But no.
Why? What
Terrifying
inspired you
based.
to do this?
I don't know anymore.
Action!
This is a fucking awful episode. This is the worst one yet because we had static now. Jesus Christ.
Someone record it. Maybe it says something.
I need to mute this fucker. Seriously. Oh my god, his stag's getting worse. Good fucking lord. How do I have to spend
It's
this...
the aliens.
So yeah, so I'm gonna play this
Trying
game
to
called Secret
communicate.
Hitler with friends. But
Ain't
then
that a-
they're like, "Yo, your mic sounds like you're in a fucking tornado."
It's the
You guys
radiation
ever play a
levels.
Rochambeau?
Rochambeau? What's that?
Anyway, have you
heard
guys
of it?
played Secret Hitler?
Nah,
No.
trust me, Rochambeau is a better game. The way it works is someone walks up to another person. It has to be guys, by the way, and they say,
Okay.
Rochambeau, you go first. And the point of Rochambeau is to see who can hit each other, and that's so hard that they fall onto their knees. And if you don't make the other person fall on their knees in that your kick, they get their turn to kick you even harder.
Well, I'm gonna go and eat some shit.
The fun
I'm
part of
hungry.
Rochambeau is the fact that no one actually plays it. It's a fear, it's a threat.
Recently, I saw a video from Russian competition. Let's say it was about. Oh my god, how do I say it in English? Slapping each other as hard as you can on the face.
Is that Gachi?
No.
No, on the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
All those slapping, those
I'm
slapping
disappointed.
championships.
I thought
I,
there'd be
I,
a
I just
Gachi
saw a
competition.
video of them doing it. Like one guy slapped the other, and he just went fucking unconscious.
Kind of.
Ah!
But that's the second slap sound. Know your lore.
Hmm.
This soundboard doesn't have a second slap sound. Fucking shit.
Because it's
Yo
pleb.
guys, check this
Shit.
out. Someone hacked a Brazilian bank's website and ran Mortal Kombat on it.
Face.
Fuck.
Check it
Alright,
out.
I'm gonna go eat.
Fuck.
I'm gonna go and eat. I'll be
Nice.
Go
back.
get him, Haas.
See ya.
Let me eat.
Banco do Brasil.
Finally, now I don't have to hear a
The
static.
real question is,
fuck
what is
sex.
Haas eating before he comes back?
He eats probably dick. I mean, he's a bottom, right?
Right on his pizza. It's in his soup, in his
Oh.
broccoli.
Speaking of which,
Imagine that, you dip in your soup and then you got a spoonful of that. What's it like? What's it like? That's the question.
Are we talking about Pornhub parodies now? Because you mentioned about pizzas and shit.
Never mind. We'll talk about this another day, another place, another man.
Don't worry. Talk what you want to say.
Have you guys seen that Bane posting porn on?
oh god, not this again.
Have you seen
I
that?
don't want this. I don't
No
want
one
to hear.
cared for yours until I put on the mask.
That was
No one cared.
Oh, the Bane porn parody.
The Bane
Yes.
yeah.
Directed by the people in 4chan themselves. I'm not...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Oh
director,
my
he went on a thread and asked people for dialogue, and they did it.
I think people on TV were the one that did most of the dialogue here.
I mean,
Probably.
let's face it, GIF has no fucking culture as a board. It's
Oh,
literally
shit.
the worst
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
board possible.
Special event. What's this?
And TV is where Bane posting originated from, right?
Yeah, 2012.
That's
Way
old.
back.
That's
December.
old.
Well, of
It's
course
old,
it's
yeah.
old. The fucking movie is pretty old.
I still haven't seen it.
How is 2012
You are missing
old?
out. It's honestly good.
I mean, 7 years, Chinny.
It's not old.
I mean,
Wait,
that's
7?
considerably old, considering, you know, internet age.
In internet.
Yeah.
Like
age,
2012,
maybe.
what else did you have 2012? Like what? The original Doge? Sorry.
Wasn't Doge like before 2012? Like
It's
that's
like 20
I don't
2009.
remember.
Though it's like
No,
2009.
2009. No, 2009
wait, you guys
was
say
Rage
Doge?
Comics.
Wait, you guys say
Rage
dog?
Comics, but Doge was like right after.
I always say dog, like doggy. Wait,
Yeah.
dog. I always say dog.
Battle of Doge.
I mean,
versus
it's
Doge.
apparently spelled Doe.
GIF versus GIF.
Oh
That's how I
no,
know
not
you.
that talk again. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Right,
it's
right.
Polish. It makes sense to say GIF. I mean,
Yeah,
GIF.
it's GIF. It's GIF because it's an abbreviation of graphical interface for something.
No one fucking cares, nerd.
Fucking English nerd. Get the fuck out of here. Go colonize somewhere else.
Fuck.
JIF.
So,
yeah, what about how do you pronounce JPEG? JPEG or something?
Yes.
Yeah, JPEG.
What about
JPEG.
Yeah,
JPG?
JPEG. Oh, who calls it
JPEG.
JPG?
It's the same. It's just, you know,
That's like-
additional letter.
It's like calling PNG ping.
Ping.
Pingus.
Bingus.
PNG.
How do you pronounce and how do you say PSD? Pissed?
Or what?
PSD.
Be what?
Photoshop. It's a Photoshop
Oh,
file.
You just say Photoshop. Like you just said it yourself. How do you say PSD? You know, Photoshop.
Just call it pissed. I'm like, hey, could you send me the piss file? I need to edit that.
So guys, multiplayer games, come on.
Risk of
Multiplayer
rain.
games? Are we just gonna talk about multiplayer games, or saying that we should find multiplayer games?
The fuck kind
Risk
of
of
game are
rain.
we gonna play?
Team Fortress 2.
Oh,
Nah, fuck that.
Risk
What?
of rain too.
Team Fortress 2. It was no, not now.
And before Lynx comes on League of Legends.
Yeah, nah. Well, not to mention, I'm
no,
not
no.
even in EU, so you guys wouldn't be able to play with me.
I mean, I'm playing on
I
Mexican
played
server right
it
now
until
because
season 3, and thanks. Not.
I mean, I'm even playing on Mexican server right now because I already up to chase, so you know.
So I'll get
I
killed
might
floor
I
2 and
might-
play that, because that's a real fun
Have
game.
you learned Mexican yet?
I'm actually fucking learning this shit. It's amazing.
Nice.
Why?
I mean, it's natural, you know. I cannot really
How do
speak
you wanna
English
speak
because I will
Dutch?
oust myself. I mean, it's fun, you know. Like, you know, it's like kind of, you know, a childish dream. You like talk to animals.
Learning, learning this
Holy
Like, you know,
shit.
you go
Holy
how
fuck.
you like, you know, you go
I guess
woof
you're
and-
right.
Yeah, like, you know, you go woof and dogs understand you. It's kind of
That's a good equivalent, really. Mexicans are dogs, and
Jesus
you as a
fucking
human,
Christ.
you know.
So how much Spanish do you know so far? Hello? Oh fuck, my
No,
Really?
don't worry, don't worry.
What's this?
yeah, my connection's probably messing up.
I found music.
Pussy.
So how much Spanish do you know so far? Can you?
Oh,
have-
you're asking me?
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you're playing.
no, I'm sorry, I'm like distracted because I was just browsing channels and suddenly I see something questionable and cute comfy posting. But okay, how much Spanish did I learn? Not much. I know how is log out, and it's apparently like wait, let me actually log onto this site. There's
Hold on, this ain't learning Spanish, you have to look it up.
I mean, I'm
Don't
like
cheat.
I know like necessary
Don't
or
cheat,
spelled
come
or some.
on.
No, I mean
Like a cheater.
I'm talking like necessary or
Oh,
necessary.
Bless you.
Fuck off.
Ah, classic Spanish, that's exactly how it goes. Oh man, the beautiful language. Thank you, Mabu, for your great demonstration.
But he's Portuguese. No, he speaks Portuguese.
I
Clearly
also-
speaks Spanish. I heard Spanish.
I also speak
Same shit.
Spanish.
I mean, Mabu also speaks
This was
French. I don't know why he
They
would
were
speak
so-
the language
they
of the
were-
gays.
Speak en español.
I can speak French.
Really?
Oh wait,
Yes.
c'est vrai, c'est vrai.
What does this word mean?
Bibliothèque.
What the fuck?
What?
It's
Putain, sa mère.
What is
Putain,
that?
sa
word?
mère.
Bibliothèque, library.
Yeah, spot on. That's like the one word I know in French.
Maybe well, it's actually the same in fucking Polish, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fun fact about the French education in my
Canada?
area.
Free
It's a joke.
French education. Nice.
I mean, I had bilingual middle school, so both Polish and French, and I hate
Oh,
French. because of
I also used to hate French, but once you learn it and you find there are some things that are really good and interesting in French, then you start to respect the language.
That would
I
explain why
learned
you're
to-
gay.
I mean, I
I-
was learning also Italian by the like at the same time, and
Because
Jesus
Italian and
fucking
Spanish are
Christ,
like the exact same thing.
I
Really?
mean,
No, they're not. You stupid American.
How is Italian the same as Spanish? What the fuck?
They're like the same
American
thing. I have an
education.
Italian friend, and his mom can essentially speak both because she knows Italian.
That's what American education does to you fellas.
Canadian, get it right, okay?
Even worse.
Bad education, but at least you know what you
No, no, no.
Worse.
We've
Period.
established that Canadians and Americans are the same before earlier. So
yeah.
aren't or our.
He also said he lived there like 48 years ago, so we can't
See?
account to him.
you're a burger, dude. Don't lie.
I'm not a burger, I'm a syrup. Get it right.
what a way to
No, no,
describe
no, no,
yourself as
no,
a
no.
Canadian.
America is multicultural. It's burger with syrup.
No, that's not how it works.
Is that how
You're
you,
savage.
hold on, Black. Is that
Yeah,
how you pronounce
burger
syrup?
with oil.
What?
Is that how you pronounce syrup, Black?
Syrup? Syrup?
I know. I mean, I said syrup because that's like kind
Syrup.
of
That
first.
sounds like a
the
league
fuck?
player.
It's like you're saying Cyprus.
What?
What?
Cipher.
I mean, okay. I thought that's how like that was the first what I thought when came to my head when I thought, hey, let's Englishize the name soup because that's how it's spelled in.
Oh shit. Share.
Oh no, I think it's a valid pronunciation. Syrup. I think it's valid.
Well, then you're wrong. Take it from the guy in the country that makes it from syrup. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Now
your
half
language isn't even original. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen. Hey. Okay, listen. I can defend myself with one thing: moose. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, fucking syrup slurping
Yeah, honestly,
fucker.
yeah, I discussed about this with some people I know. Canadian culture.
The what?
You ever heard of it?
They have culture?
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Okay. I took answer a long time ago. Back in high school.
Is selling the gold reserve a culture too?
No.
No, that's modern.
It just
modern.
happened. He went around, our teacher went around the class and was like, okay, what's your favorite... I'm going to ask 3 things. Favorite food, favorite band, and then favorite, brand of clothing. I don't care. And he went around and he asked everyone. And from all the answers to all 3 questions, we found about 3 Canadian answers of a class of around 20-something people. So 25, let's say, times 3 is 75. 3 out of 75 of the answers were remotely Canadian. One of the most famous clothing brands in Canada is known for being a truly Canadian brand. It's Roots.
What the hell is it?
Made by Americans. 2 Americans from Vermont came to Canada.
How ironic.
We're like, you know what? I love this country. Let's make a brand about it.
I mean, expected.
What about band? Favorite band?
We have one food that's native to us, and that is poutine.
Putin?
Putin?
Poutine?
Wow.
Poutine.
Hold on.
Isn't it?
That's how he came to the US.
Poutine.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a
Poutine.
French. It's a French.
Poutine.
It comes from French.
Putain.
It comes from French.
P-U-T-A-I-N.
Oh, is that the one that it's
There's
it's
an
meat
E at
with
the
cheese and
Because
something?
that
No, it's French fries, cheese, and gravy.
French
Oh.
fries,
Hold
yeah,
on. How is
typical,
it Canadian
typical.
culture when it's literally originated from France? That doesn't make sense.
Ask the Quebec people. All the unique stuff comes from Quebec, but at the same time, no one likes Quebec.
Of course. I'm not surprised.
Imagine fucking French people in your country, jeez.
Yeah, and they're also pretty snob. I heard they're pretty snob and French wannabe.
Yeah, no. Although I will say this, one of the
French
most
abuse.
famous, one of the most successful bands in the world has come from Canada. Can you guess what it is?
Rush.
It's a rock
YouTube,
band. It's a-
YouTube.
Wait, U2's Canadian?
Really?
No, not you two.
I
That's
don't
not.
know.
Bee Gees.
No.
Is that Rush?
Fuck.
Well, okay, you may not like it because I'm going off statistics here. Nickelback.
Hell yeah, boy!
Nickelback is
That's not
Canadian?
an achievement.
Canada and one
That's
of the
not an
most
achievement.
successful-
That's not
Wait.
an achievement. That's like saying Lady Gaga is the pinnacle of music. Yep.
Wait, Nickelback is Canadian?
The
I
more
thought
you
they were
know.
American. I thought
Yeah,
they
no,
were-
Nickelback's Canadian, just like Justin Bieber.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Justin Bieber's Canadian.
And Celine
Okay,
Dion.
now we know their reason.
Now we know why he's so shit.
Yeah,
thought it was
Canadian
Rush.
culture is about as important as a frog you accidentally stepped on the road trip to Australia.
I mean, a French would eat that, really, if you think about it.
It's important to one person, the French, aka Quebec.
They see a dead frog, they're like, ooh, oui.
Hey, who said frog? You seem to mispronounce food.
Canadian culture. I never knew that such a thing exists. I mean,
It doesn't.
it really doesn't, especially when Canada and America, right? In terms of culture, they don't really have anything original. They just it's a fucking melting
Yeah.
pot.
We really don't.
Shit.
We don't. We've natural wise, we've got some great nature stuff like the BC, like Alberta is pretty nice. We got nice lakes.
How many moose do you have? How many?
We've got a fair amount of moose. I think I've seen 1 moose, but I'm also pretty sad.
How frequent do you see moose in a day?
Never.
All the time.
Like I said, I've seen 1 moose in my life.
Oh, that's sad. You're not Canadian and you haven't
Most of
seen
the
that
moose-
many moose.
Okay, here. Let me explain. Moose and people are completely opposite because everyone in Canada lives on the border. And then, the moose don't. The moose are all north. You go to some of the territories of northern Ontario and the northern parts of all the provinces, you'll find moose. The forested regions is where you find the moose. No one lives in the forests except for the Inuit and the doctor who wants to get $1 million a year.
What about
What?
the Amish? Do Canadians have Amish
We don't have
people?
we got it.
Oh god, you reminded me of the
The
Amish.
closest we have is Inuit.
Wait, Polish people have Amish people too?
No.
No.
I just said you reminded me of them.
They exist.
Yeah.
I feel like the Amish only exist in America. We need to ask these burgers. What do they think about Amish?
Like, I mean, Amish is just like, I don't know, like, they must be like
Gods
the
among
original
men.
hipsters.
Gods among men.
Have you never heard Amish Paradise? That's a banger of a song.
Really? Hey, House.
Oh, by weird.
By weird
Here,
coincidence.
House, agree with me. Isn't Amish Paradise a great song?
I've never heard it.
What? By Weird Al
Oh,
Yankovic?
Zoomer.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
zoomer.
my god.
I don't blame you. It's fun.
It's that.
Oh,
Everyone's
no.
gotta
Static.
know.
Again
No.
with the static.
Weird Al Yankovic's Amish Paradise.
House. You know, you got great timing. We gotta ask you, what do you think about Amish people?
What do you think about Canadian culture? Does it
I think
exist?
that no Canadians have no culture, but
Yeah.
I kind of think that Amish culture is kind of like a cult. If you wanna.
I mean, I know a guy whose family is like Jehovah's Witnesses, and apparently they're like almost a cult. Like when they go to
No,
their
they
meetings,
straight
like,
up are. They straight
it's
up are a
scary.
cult. They straight up
Like-
are a cult.
feel bad for the guy.
Is Islam a cult too? Oh shit. Better censor
You
that.
tell us, Chinny. You tell us, Chinny. You should know that.
I don't know. I mean, well, I'm not a Muslim myself, but I do experience some of the bullshit I had to experience in this goddamn country.
You have
Yeah, I
no
mean, out of
idea
this,
about
you don't
religious
want to know
bullshit
that.
till you visit Poland.
Yep.
Trust me.
You
Like
ca-
imagine half the population being the fucking most like imagine a stereotypical fucking 50-year-old old lady that yes guys what's the fucking word, like it's what the word bigot means originally, but
Catholic?
I don't know if you
I don't think that's the answer he's going for.
I mean like the bigot originally meant, you know, like the
Oh, fuck.
hypocritical religious person. That's basically the meaning of the word.
Fanatic?
No.
Boomer?
bigot. Well, yeah, they are all fucking boomers. Basically, it's just imagine a country ruled by the fucking
Boomers.
religious boomers.
Yeah.
Polish boomers, in
Scientologists.
fact. Polish boomers. We need to be specified. We need to specify that.
I mean, that's a lot similar to South America, with the religious aspect.
Yeah, I mean, South America has its own culture too, right? With mothers beating their own children with using fucking sandals. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Pinpoint accuracy.
I mean, it's a cultural thing, you know. It's mostly, I think it's mostly Americans that hesitate to hit their children. But over here in the South, we learn that you have to beat children. We say like,
Twice as much.
yeah, like you have to beat children so that that when they grow up, they don't become like criminals and beat you, something like that.
Based,
Oh, we have something similar here. Trust me.
Yeah, we
The
see it.
motivation is different. Than to what's the fucking word? You can teach them like, you know, respect, like self.
Yeah.
So
that they learn
fucking
higher.
boomer.
And that they learn that they can't have everything right when they want it, so that they don't grow up to become spoiled. That's a really intense thing here in Latin America.
in Malaysia, when it comes to Malays, what I think about their vision of parenting, just use religion, brainwash your kids.
Based.
You just-
Sounds like a fun
Yeah.
time. Sounds like a fun
no,
time.
just brainwash your kids. Say that if you do evil shit, you'll go to hell. I mean,
Yeah, it works here too.
It's
in South
every
America
religion ever.
with Catholicism. Yeah,
is Catholicism really that popular in South America?
Yes.
it is. Latin. Think of like African. You know how Muslims sort of colonized Africa with Islam.
Yeah.
You know it, right?
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
African
I know,
cultures. A lot of African cultures are Muslim because of Arabs. The same thing happened in South America and Central America, but with Roman Catholics.
Thank the Spanish. Nobody
So
expects the Inquisition.
yes,
Exactly.
So that's why you see Latin cultures with a bit of sort of religious, Catholic religious, I don't know, like interference mixed in. You know, that's why you see like those native traditions, and then you see like a statue of Jesus next to a native tradition or
Jesus.
something. That's it's I don't know. It's a huge mix.
Have you seen the
It's a mess.
Protestant in your life? Have you seen one before?
Protestant?
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
What do you think
yes,
of
but
them?
the vast majority
They
are still
exist.
Catholics. Yeah, they exist, and we call them evangelicals, I think here.
Oh
What,
yeah.
Protestants? That's weird.
Yeah,
That's
The
interesting.
Protestants are the worst.
Okay.
They are a minority here, so I can't tell you much about them. I can tell you about Jehovah, though. Oh boy.
Dude.
Every fucking crossroad in Warsaw, every fucking one. There's
Yeah.
like these two old
The little
grannies.
sons, yeah, and the books.
Yeah. And they just sometimes they don't even advertise themselves. Like, you know, just some old fucking granny comes up to you in a fucking bus and here, have this. It's about Jesus. And like, you know, you can't really tell her to fuck off
Why
because
can't you
that's
just
rude.
drop kick her?
I mean, well, maybe
crazy
not
you
drop
can't
kick
do
her, but
that.
I honestly started being really fucking mean to grandmas on the public transportation because that shit is just fucking ridiculous at this point.
What if
That's a
you know-
weird way to live. I don't
Hold
like
on.
Jehovah's Witnesses, so
What
I'm
if-
gonna be mean to old ladies on the
No,
bus.
that's a separate issue.
No,
Like,
what if-
fuck old ladies with high voltage. I don't know how to translate.
Okay, so I
Oh,
just
yeah.
so instead of-
high voltage.
It's like Jehovah's
Start
Witnesses,
having
I'm
much
gonna
further.
be mean to old ladies. It's just I'm gonna be mean to old ladies on the bus. But
Very
what is
finely
the
based.
philosophy?
Hey, it's
What the
justifiable
fuck is
if
high
he-
voltage supposed to mean?
high voltage.
Like black.
Oh shit, oh fuck.
What is high voltage supposed to mean?
What, high voltage grannies?
it
Are-
sounds-
Currency,
It sounds better in Polish.
Yeah.
high voltage
but like-
grannies.
Yeah, but like, what does it mean to be
I mean,
high voltage?
It's based.
Electrocute them.
Oh yeah, kind of like that. But you know, fuck them with electric. Polish is a hard language, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
how
weird.
does that even work? Every time I see it, I'm convinced it's just you running your face across the keyboard and then guessing what the other person means.
But
No,
it's
I
know
only
Polish
words.
No. To me, I'm more pissed at the Polish for some reason. Don't use Cyrillic and just made up.
Why the fuck would we be using
What?
Cyrillic?
It would be easier, I think.
So-
Probably.
Well,
No.
sorry, we are not animals.
Yeah.
Wait,
or
is it-
Russian.
Wasn't Cyrillic invented specifically for Slavic languages?
Eastern
Probably.
Slavs. You were.
It was.
like-
It was.
I mean, the reason we are using normal alphabet for the most part is because we were on the the Amber the Amber Road, kind of like the equivalent of Silk Road during Roman times, and you know we kind of just adopted. The
Oh,
language.
so the Roman influence kicked in more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason.
I mean, they've been partitioned like 3 times. Okay, I guess influence must have fucked them over, really.
Yeah.
No, I mean partitions were way after we, you know, invented the language, like written language. Like, you know, first we used Latin because we were Christian, you know. So
Okay,
that,
he's
that's
creating
also.
music with the static now.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay, Black, I gotta ask you. Of course, you would reject the notion of drop kicking a Jehovah Witness grandma, but I want to ask, but, what if this Jehovah Witness grandma is a Ukrainian? Would you drop kick that germ?
Oh shit.
I
Well, what
have
an
to
odd
put
way
a
to say
stop.
Russian lady.
No. Ukrainians and Russians are two completely different things. Okay, but
Like
first
what?
of all, I have to
Fuck.
put a stop to the false rumors that I apparently am very racist towards Ukrainians because I am not. You can't be racist towards. nothing.
You can't be racist towards mice, folks.
You
It's
can
not
only
real.
be racist towards humans.
God damn it! Black.
Strong argument, strong argument.
What are you
I
talking
did
about?
not really mean it that way.
I'm just asking, would you drop kick a grandma? 'Cause-
Well, first we gotta clear the playing field, make it so it proves he's not racist, so there's no racial bias here interfering.
yeah, I mean,
Like I can't really, you know, let racism cloud my judgment. That would be very, I don't know, rude or something.
You'd be inhuman.
No, I'm not Ukrainian.
No, it would be inhuman to treat people like that. If they were other humans.
that's
not
ironic
Ukrainians, not
considering
Ukrainians.
this server.
I'm sorry, I'm confused at this point. I don't know. Maybe I'm too tired.
Game.
Like a bike. I'm too tired.
Oh.
Ugh.
I guess we can't drop kick old ladies now, huh? Oh well.
Of
Another
course.
time.
Alright, guys.
Fuck old ladies. They are
I set up.
White blood cells.
I set up a room.
Like, what do you mean a room? Like, you just like went into your house and was like, yeah, this is a room.
A
Okay, I set
bottom
it up.
room.
Okay. All right. I made a room for a game that you can play on your device
What device?
called Secret Hitler.
Device. Oh, my smart fridge. Perfect. I finally have a use for it.
Yes. Here, come play Secret Hitler on your smart fridge. Here we go. I have a link in there.
Oh,
It's like that one guy that tweeted from his Gucci toilet.
if you wait 2 minutes, I will join.
I mean, if you can play Skyrim on the smart fridge, you could definitely play Secret Hitler on the smart fridge.
Listen, my dream is to tattoo Skyrim, every possible frame of Skyrim, onto my body. So every time I want to play Skyrim, I just slam my hand into my face, and I've played one game of Skyrim.
Hold up, I forgot to make it a private room. I'm dumb.
That's fucking
A
painful.
smooth one, chuckle nuts.
What's the code for the room?
I gotta make one first.
Well,
The room
guys,
isn't
that's the
exist
end
anymore.
of the
I got rid of it.
podcast. Alright, let's do it.